All right, so we're in the BMW. So it's got to be something with coils and plugs as to why this thing just does not want to idle, or is this bad gas? So I put some new gas in it. It's still throwing every single light in the book. See how this stop goes. Not the worst. Yeah, the throttle feels like it's neutered. So I guess I'll have to figure out what's up with that. Anyways, I'm gonna take this thing home. Then I'll probably do plugs and a valve cover gasket. Maybe check the MAF and a few other things. But yeah, it's not happy. So the clutch doesn't grind anymore whenever you push it in, which is good. Could probably use a little more bleeding based on just how it feels. But yeah, it does move. So I'll probably throw this thing on the insurance either today or tomorrow and try to put some more miles on it. I still also can't get this stupid... Oh, it died. I can't get this pin in the clutch pedal in all the way. Yeah, maybe it's bad gas. I don't know. So without this pin going in, the clutch pedal feels a little funky. It won't let me tighten that up. So hopefully wow, this thing is not liking this. I'm just gonna plop it right there. So if you listen carefully, you can tell it's not running on all cylinders. And it died. So I'll just call that a wrap for today. I gotta go off and do one or two other things. So at least it runs, at least it moves. Clutch needs to be bled. I gotta put that pin in, and let's tackle the spark plugs and valve cover gaskets. It's warm and nice out today. Figured I'd get to these plugs. So I noticed out of all the coils, it looks like 2 were replaced. Starting to get the spark plugs out. So I'm like, okay, those look all right-ish. And then I pull out cylinder 3. Whoa, it's a little spicy looking. Not sure this one's never been replaced or what, but it's got some pretty good caking and stuff on it. So I'm gonna keep pulling these out and let's have a final look with them all side by side. After checking the gaps on these, they are all over the place, with the lowest being 0.01 to 0.07. So that probably, I'm hoping that explains why this thing was not running well. So I still have to put in that pin in the clutch pedal. For some reason, I just cannot tap that in there. So it's kind of hanging on by a thread. I did put that new fuel in it yesterday in some injector cleaner. Obviously, I don't expect instant results on that, but I would hope that would run better. I'm also going to check the MAF and the air filter and just make sure everything looks okay before taking it for another drive. So I got to put that last coil in. So unfortunately, these are aftermarket coils. So they've got that little notch under the connector. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. Anyways, I got to take out a little chunk out of the connector housing on the very bottom to allow that to plug into the non-OEM coils. Battery connected. Make sure that clutch pin's not going to fall out. It is pretty weak, but it should be enough for right now. Let's see what happens. All right, will it crank up? It's kind of crunchy. Idle does feel better. Holy. Whoa. Jeez. Wow. Really not sure what's happening with this thing. Anyways, I'll just cruise around the block real quick. Try and get it up to speed. So we did lose some lights, which is good. The ABS light is no longer on. Buckle that just for a good time. Still got airbag, seatbelt light on. That's all right. So let's see, will it stay idling? I'm just gonna go. Didn't sound too good. Okay, when I get to the side street, this thing's making a weird sound. Come on, go people, go. Go, 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 go. Go, I don't want to die. It's actually not feeling too bad right now. It's starting to idle better, which is a plus. So I might just leave it right here for now. Pop the hood and see what's going on. I feel slight shake, but nothing too crazy. I mean, that feels pretty smooth. Probably still a result of that bad fuel. And then I still did not check the air filter or clean the math yet. So what I'll probably do is get this thing fully legal, run the codes, and then just go on like a highway drive with it and just see what happens. I have my local AutoZone, drove this thing there. Still got a ton of lights on. It said the only code that it threw was the camshaft position timing too late. So I am really curious about that. I did reset and then it came back on. So I'm gonna go kind of keep driving this thing and just see what happens. I wonder if it's still got like a slight mist from the fuel. You can smell it. It smells like bad gas, but I mean, I don't know. It kind of runs and moves. So it really could be worse, I guess. I'll see you guys back at the crib. Well, after that, I think it's about road ready. Didn't seem to really give me any issues. I do want to get the tires probably balanced and rotated or just throw new tires on it. You can definitely feel that it's got a little wobble action. I gotta tighten down that bumper, replace that fender, but all in all, not a bad little car for 1,400 bucks. So I gotta do one or two things left, which I will probably update you guys with another video about that. In the meantime, yeah, it runs and drives, and it's gonna get driven starting like Wednesday of next week. All right, this thing's been sitting for a little while. I just got back from work, took the train home. Let's see if, yeah, this thing, whoa, hey, it fired up. It's a good sign. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna take this thing home and let's see how it goes. So here we go, the maiden voyage to work. So it's about 110 miles door to door. I haven't really done anything else to this car since I got it running. One thing I did notice is when it's cold, it feels very kind of like jumping. The idle bounces a bit. After doing a little more research, it looks to be that those could be the Vanos solenoids. So I've gone ahead and ordered those, waiting for those to come in, so I'll probably put those in either this or next week. It seems to run pretty well once the car is fully up to temperature, which should make me think those solenoids are sticking a bit. Another thing I've noticed is it seems to throw a little bit of oil out of the exhaust once it's hot if you idle for a while after like some driving. I think the PCV or the CCV valve is toast, so I will be replacing that as well and those related hoses, because it does not really seem to be burning oil otherwise. Only happens like once it's toasty. All right, let's see how this thing does. Getting onto a highway, kind of just rip it mildly in third, grab fourth, and continue on from there. It's still got that slight wobble that's from the one of the tires being out of balance. Hopefully I will address that next week. Overall, it feels like the power is okay for a car in limp mode. Those Vanos solenoids and screens, once those get cleaned, it should return this thing to normal power. I was also clicking around on the forums, and some people were mentioning for the N52 motor, you can actually take the tune from the 330, which is basically the same block, just a remap, and that'll make it feel a lot more alive. So I'm going to consider that as well. But here we go. Got about 100 miles to go, and let's see what kind of mileage we can get. All right, for a good mile or two, the highway was a complete parking lot, so that definitely brought down that average. Still 27.6 on a car that's more or less in limp mode. Can only go up from here, right? Cool. Well, I'm basically at work, and I will update you guys once I throw those Vanos solenoids in, or I'll also give you guys an update on the drive home, but that's probably not really worth it. So I'll see you guys with the Vanos solenoids. Peace.